there, I am Gail Devins and welcome to Discover Easton. Today is going to be a lot of fun and quite interesting because I am here at Shoveltown Flag Company and standing beside me is the owner, Chris Mills. Hello,
Hi.
Chris.
Hi. Happy to be here.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
I am here.
You are here? Yep. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I am just so excited about this because I'm telling you something. Wait until you see what's here and what Chris does. It's just amazing. But before we start, I'd like to ask you, what caused you to go into this? Because I know that right now you're a firefighter, an EMT for the town of Easton.
I'm a paramedic and a firefighter, and I'm a general contractor. And it was in 2017, one of the police officers in town was retiring. And one of them had a flag that their wife had bought for them, and he's like, "You need to make one of these for so and so who was retiring." And I looked at him, like, "I don't want to do that." Like, really? You have no choice. So they left it. I'm like, "I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it."
Really?
Finally, I was like, "Okay, fine." I made it, and it was the first flag I'd ever made. Looking back on it, I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I gave that to someone." Because to me, it was rough.
I bet.
And they presented it to him at this retirement party, and then one of the other guys was like, "Hey, could you make me one of those?" and so I have over the 20 years, I've always saved interesting wood from renovations that I do, because I work on a lot of old homes, and I made my wife furniture and things like that out of it. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll try making one out of reclaimed wood. So I did, and hung it in the house, and then I made, actually, this was probably the third flag that I'd ever made back in
This right here?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's been outside. We just painted the house, so I had to take it off the house, and it's funny to see how that's all reclaimed wood.
Really?
Yeah, it's old decking from a house. The slats are actually, I forget what the slats came. I want to say it's part of the gym floor at Oliver Ames when they did some of the remodeling over there. Yeah, I ended up getting some wood from that. So it and because of Facebook, I'd take a picture of it, and somebody else would ask, and next thing you know, I'm like, okay, and then it just kind of accidentally happened, complete by accident.
So but you're enjoying it now, because especially when you see the
I
final
love
product, right?
Yes, I do.
And then the response of the people that receive it.
Yes, I love it.
They're just so thrilled.
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's just amazing. And just that and so you mentioned you get some wood from old houses in town. And that to me is just what things are all about now.
Oh, I've been blessed. I have a woodworker friend of mine was given some old shelving from the Ames Street Library. It's actually up there. So that'll become a frame for the next round of flags. I've years ago, the Historical Society was cleaning out their attic, and they were throwing all kinds of stuff. And one of the gentlemen who's in charge over there, I'm friendly with, and he's like, "Hey, we're throwing all this wood in the dumpster." They're like, "No!" I flew over there, and I actually just finished my last flag with it. And look at that. I mean, you don't. That's a wormhole.
That's awesome, really?
Yeah, and it's oak. And someone will be able to purchase the last piece of oak from a bathroom stall at the train station downtown.
That is cool. That is very cool.
The markings in the wood and the grain is so tight. Obviously, new wood just doesn't look like that.
No.
I probably won't even engrave it. I'm probably going to try and use some traditional finishes with it, just so it
speaks for itself.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so much there that it's just, this is incredible. I mean, the stories you must have of the various buildings that you got wood from, and then these ideas come into your mind, right?
Yeah, and I have people down the Cape. Everyone buys. There's no land anymore, so people buying houses, and they're tearing it down. So I'll have people bring me wood from the house they tore down.
Oh yeah.
Can you make it so they have it for their summer cottage or what have you? So
that's so nice.
That's
wow.
That's it's fun to do too. Occasionally, someone will bring stuff that's not really usable.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Old is good, but too old, it's going in the trash. Yeah.
Wow. And so you mentioned the Cape. So Where else? I mean, what do you send these off to different states or different
We
parts of the
ship.
state? Or
I've shipped out of the country.
out of the country?
Yeah, I've
You're
shipped.
kidding?
Nope.
Really?
I've
Wow.
shipped California, Alaska.
Really?
I mean,
Come on.
all over. Once
Wow.
we created the website,
Okay.
it was easier to market.
Yeah. So people go to the website and they
Right.
just see what
So,
they.
and then probably starting later on this year, we'll have the Cape Cod Flag Company up and running.
Oh, you're gonna have something called Cape
Yeah.
Cod Flag Company.
Yeah.
Really?
And because it seems to be a market down there.
Oh yeah.
And then there'll probably be, we have like Martha's Vineyard Flag Company and Nantucket Flag
Ooh.
Company in the works too.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna have an actual place down there,
No,
or is that just gonna
no,
be the name of it?
it'll be
and
the
then-
name, a separate website,
Okay.
a separate entity, but they'll
Awesome.
still all be made here. But
Awesome.
it seemed like the end of the summer last year was getting more and more stuff
there.
that them bring. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it seemed like a wise choice to buy the domain names and
Oh, definitely.
recreate. So because
Yeah, smart.
I really enjoy doing it. So
That's good.
the more the merrier.
All because of that one flag that you
because of
labored over.
Horrendous
to get it
flag
done,
that
right?
I made. Yeah.
Now you have it. Wow, that's just amazing. And I'm looking around here, and maybe we could take a peek at a few of them. I see over here a very interesting piece that you did. Some pieces here, which really, this is quite
Those are
interesting. love it.
bottle openers that I started making last year. I don't sell them here, but there's a couple of gift shops that sell them. Fernandes Lumber actually sold a ton of them last year.
Oh, good, really.
So
These are cool.
during the January, February, typically slower for me. So it's a good time for me to start making. There's a lot of patriotic products that I make out of wood that are sold at a few local gift shops and stuff. So
Great.
that's the Harley Davidson stuff was new last year, and that
That's nice.
took off unbelievably. So
Oh, I'm sure it did. I
Yeah.
can just imagine. I mean,
so it's limited release stuff that I make.
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't do too much, but
Okay.
these are probably the last two flags, Harley Davidson flags
Oh,
that
right over
I'll
here?
do.
These?
Yeah, for
Okay.
6 or 7 months, anyways.
Oh, okay. Wow, love the red stripe in the middle here.
It's orange, but yeah.
Oh, is it orange?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I love that. Love that. And this right here with the mountains, that's really
Yeah, so that's a mountain mosaic flag.
that looks like a lot of work.
Oh, it's awful. It's
Oh my
it's awful.
goodness.
It
'Cause everything has to be just right.
it's
right?
it's
The
so many
angles
angle
and the-
cuts, and
I mean, look,
but they're popular.
are they really?
Yeah, they're time consuming to make. They're on the upper scale of price wise of things that I sell. There's a art gallery in northern New Hampshire that I probably ship one a month up to because he sells them. Yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I have in the works downstairs, a 5-foot long one. That's probably 4 feet. This is going to be the biggest one I've ever made. It's going to have 5 mountain peaks, but they're
Oh, wow.
nice to look at. They look good
Oh,
over the
I love
couch
them.
or whatever. So,
Yeah, I love
and they all sell. So
yeah, and it almost looks 3D to me. You know what I mean?
it is, and
Right?
actually, it's funny because this one, I made the snow just stick out just like 1/8 of an inch.
a
Yeah,
little more
just a
like
little
that.
bit more, and
Yeah. Oh, really? It's very effective.
yeah. So I have one person that wants to purchase it, but she wants to see if I can add some water to it.
Oh,
So-
that's going to be tricky, right? Because the water has some movement to it.
I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet.
Yeah.
But
Oh, wow. That would be amazing
Yeah.
to see that.
yeah, so
So the wheels are turning.
it's
right? You're
always
thinking
something
about
different
it.
here. Yeah,
And this right here.
the
This-
wavy flags. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those.
Is that really, that must be really difficult.
Yes.
do.
Those we started probably in 2018 or 19, and
Not that far.
I was making 2 or 3 a year. It's horrifying to
Yeah,
see how they're made because you're that flag is assembled and disassembled 5 times throughout the
Oh,
whole
you're kidding me.
process. Yeah.
But how do you get that wave in there? Is that just
Well, once you have the big rectangle clamped, I kind of sketch out how I would like the waves to go, and then I have a series of grinders, and we're grinding and grinding and grinding. I mean, you can't use a dust collection system because stuff's flying everywhere.
Oh,
So yeah, they're great. Those get shipped to a lot of corporations and businesses. They seem to like them. A lot of people like them as a Zoom background, stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of them, they have them right behind their desk. And the thing is too, there's absolutely no tool alike that I've ever produced.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, none of the flags.
See, that I like, that there's no.
I'm on.
So you're getting an original piece, like a real.
Just finished flag number 907, and
wow.
And absolutely there are no two alike. It's because of the reclaimed wood and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and then there's another one up there, and I could see that they're different from each other. But it just amazes me because it gives movement to it. You know what I mean?
It does. You look at it from different angles. That's a semi-gloss finish, but if you had like a high gloss finish on it, you almost can't take pictures of it because it's just the reflection back is pretty strong.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then you get the shovels up there because
I finally made one for myself.
Good. Gorgeous wood. Look at that wood in the center. What is that?
In the center, it's actually yellow pine.
Is it really?
It was just yellow pine. I try and make the stripes yellow pine because when I take a blowtorch to them, the grain pops out really, really well.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's not possible, but and sometimes the grain is squiggly or it's very, very random, which is kind of neat.
It is.
But like if you look at this God Bless the Beach up there, that's
oh wow,
that's going to a house in Marion, and if you look closely, the stars are actually starfish.
What? Oh right. Oh my goodness, you're right. Oh, that's great. Wow, these are and I love it. So that's where you put the words on the actual white part of the
for the Pledge of Allegiance and some of the songs will if I can fit them. But it's those are actually doing those are incredibly time consuming, and every letter is engraved one at a time by hand, and I can show you, and then they have to get, once they're engraved, then it has to get cleaned out with a special rotary type tool, and then painted, and then the final is they have to hand paint the letters, so it takes a while.
So that's each letter.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. How you find the time to do it?
Yeah, I love doing it. I really do.
It's therapeutic for you, right?
To a certain extent. It's I get booked out. Usually it's like a 2 to 3 week wait when it's on the slower side of things, but during the last March, April, it was almost a 2-month wait. So it's great. But I always have stuff here in the shop too, because people will I need a retirement gift for somebody or something.
Yeah,
so there's always a display that I'm happy to.
So you can have people come to the shop and take a look.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good. It's good to know. Wow. And so you do most of your things through the website, do you?
Yeah, that's really the website. On Instagram, Shoveltown Flag Company, and Facebook as well. But the website, you can order right through there. The prices are right there, except the customs. The custom stuff I need to physically talk with somebody because everything's different.
Yeah, especially with the different wood and everything.
Right. Like it's funny. This one is from cedar, and there wasn't enough, so I actually joined the wood horizontally like that. That's getting picked up next week. I still have to stain the mahogany, but
you're staining it. Okay.
I said they brought me the wood, and I said I can do it, but it's gonna have to.
Yeah.
But cedar actually is nice because it does okay outside, and it
does it?
Yes, and it engraves well, and the color is. It's a gray that I like, and it's actually a white stain. But the tannins. It's a
white stain?
Yeah, it's a white stain that I put on, but the chemical makeup of the cedar turns it gray.
Wow, so you're saying these can actually go outside?
Some of them, if I know in advance, everything gets sprayed with an ultraviolet resistant polyurethane. So there's absolutely no problem with them going on a covered porch or anything like that. And all the adhesives that I use are waterproof as well.
Okay.
It's if someone does say it's going outside, we'll add finishing to the back, because the backing is plywood. So that's what worries me. So,
yeah.
but
Makes sense. Yeah.
it's definitely doable as long as I know.
Yeah, that's great. You mentioned something about you donate one every year.
So once a month, if I see on social media or what have you, I will donate a flag. Sorry. I'll donate a flag. I not donate a flag. I'll send somebody a flag, just anonymously. If I say, hey, and my friends help me out with it. Mm-hmm. You see a kid do something patriotic, or somebody does something heroic, or I mean, all over the country, and we'll just send it with a letter saying,
really do
yeah.
that?
So once a month that gets done, and then in November, I donate a flag a day to a veteran. So I started that.
Are you kidding me?
No, I started in 2017. It was on Veterans Day I donated a flag.
Okay.
And then in 2018, it was like a flag like every week. And then in 2019, it was like every couple of days I donated a flag to veteran. And then by believe it or not, my best year was a COVID year.
Really?
It was
Really?
insane. Yeah. And so it's like the more I sell, the more I'm absolutely going to donate. So I said, you know what? If I can do it, let's shoot for every day up to Thanksgiving. And I did. And then starting 2 years ago, I was like, let's just go for a flag a day to a veteran. And it's great because the veterans that had got flags the previous years, I asked them to pick a veteran. So it's kind of like a spider web. And then I have some celebrities that are thrown in the mix as well that pick. And it's they're always surprises that I throw in there. Yep. There's some TV personalities, and it's fun. So it's, starting next month, I start making a couple extra, and
so you have them.
Yeah. So it's ready. So, and like, we're trying to keep the veterans flags to like a unique size. They're going to be probably like that Marine Corps size down there.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a perfect size.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So and it's neat because a lot of them, when they do get them, they don't know who I am, but they'll send me a picture or post it on my Facebook or social media page, and
so you see that and you're like, really?
I believe we can't do enough for them. So it's been kind of my passion, but it's and I mean, veterans this year we gave one to the oldest living Tuskegee Airman. I mean, so it's not just like present day veterans. It's and it's funny because some of the older guys are even more appreciative. But this year I had a guy that I get a lot of my wood beams from. I had him give one to a veteran, and he videoed it, and it was
very moving.
Oh, it was not a dry eye in the house when you watch this thing, and it's still up on my page. It's
up on your page.
Just have to. You can see just about everything I've made on my website if you just keep scrolling back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, the stories.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh boy, this is so great. So if I decided to get, I talked to my husband, of course, first, and I said, okay, Rick, I want to get a flag in the worst way. I really want. What's my first step? Do I go to your website and see what you have?
Website and all my contact info's there, and people can call me. Sometimes calling's easier. You can fill out a form on the website, and that goes to me. People can text me. And Chris at shoveltownflag.com. All my contact info is there, and I wouldn't put it there if I didn't mind people
texting you.
Yeah. Typically, the website you can see a lot of examples, and then you can start from there. And some people, I think it'd be just easier to call, but some people don't see where the prices are, so they want to just kind of go back and forth a little bit as
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
they don't want to. So which is completely understandable.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
they're reclaimed wood. Not everyone,
So
does,
cool.
and the
That makes it
different
amazing.
wood does different things too. Like that
Yes.
middle one that says "the land that I love," that's
Yeah.
ash, and
Oh, is
just
that
like
ash?
the
Oh,
grain
okay.
across the top is really neat.
I love, yeah,
Yeah.
because like I said, there's movement with that too.
And then like that one that
So-
doesn't have anything, that's black walnut,
Oh, is it?
which is
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
on the stately side of things.
Yeah, so it all depends on what wood.
Yeah,
choosing
it's
to-
people. I mean, people can request certain things, but I
Mhm.
can't always accommodate it.
Because
It
you
just
don't have it.
it depends on what I have. Yeah, it's
Right,
like right
right.
now we have a lot of beech and cypress,
Oh, wow.
yellow pine and
Cypress, huh?
fir. Yeah, cypress, which is another great outdoor wood,
Mm. Wow.
and cedar.
Oh, and cedar. Okay.
Yeah. So
Good to know.
and the thing is, the harder woods sometimes you really can't engrave. Like this stuff
Oh,
from
you
the Ames
can't?
Street Library up here
Yeah.
probably will not be able to be engraved.
Okay.
So, which is the plain ones look just as nice, and
they do.
I sell just as many plain as I do the engraving.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, this is just amazing. So the process of putting those letters on, you said, is quite.
Yeah,
Just-
we can.
Yeah, can we take?
Was just getting ready to. So what we'll do, the way I engrave is really kind of how a blacksmith does things, and it's very, very old school. I just want.
Wow, this is incredible.
So
Just looking at all the.
This is a God Bless America flag, which
Mm.
you can never go wrong with God Bless America. People, it's funny. People will call me and they'll want something engraved, and they'll just say, like, "Well, what does everyone put?" And
Yeah.
it's like, well, everyone puts something different.
Mhm.
But I always tell people you can never go wrong with God Bless America.
Isn't that true?
So, I should just.
Now, how did you? I mean, it's kind of a odd question,
Mhm.
but how did you know to get these letters, where to get them, and how to use them?
I just did
and-
research, and
That's
I
all?
just internet search. I was
Really?
like, I actually don't know. So the first couple of flags I would engrave by hand. I have a
Yeah.
rotary tool,
Oh,
and
brother.
I mean I have the penmanship of a serial killer, so it was just not. It was not good at
Didn't
all.
work.
So it.
It's funny.
And so.
So then you found these things.
So and then yeah, and I think it was actually at Michael's I saw this, and
Oh, wow.
okay, and then researching a little bit, and when I get busy, the letters don't last. And starting last year, I actually have a machine that can do it as well.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have the same look, and
Mhm.
some people like the newer look. But,
Oh, really?
yes.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'm going to engrave. I'll just do the first word so everyone can see, because
Okay.
it's time consuming.
Do you want me to step back?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Do you need a helmet or anything?
Yeah, you'll be all right. That's the hot part.
Oh, yeah, there's that part. Here we go.
So you see the brass letter. The brass starts off yellow,
Yep.
and then as I heat up, once it kind of turns red, I know it's ready to engrave.
Oh, yeah?
It's ready to press in. So it's almost ready.
Oh.
See, it's starting to go
Yeah, I
red.
do, yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Once it's red, then we'll go. Wait. There's the letter G.
Wow. You need a steady hand.
I know.
Put the letter upside down. Whoop.
You don't do this after a Red Bull.
After a Red Bull. Not too much caffeine, right? Oh, get shakes.
Yeah. So the letters, once they're used once, I have to clean them up a little bit once they heat up,
Yeah.
because they do get beat up a little bit. Go.
Wow. Wow.
Last one. Yeah, sometimes the smoke just goes right in your face. Which
Oh
is,
yeah.
there we go.
There it is.
Yeah, and then
Can you see it?
we'll continue along with Blessed and then America.
Look
And,
at that. Wow.
Then once that's done, I have to bring it into a different room, and then I carve out the inside of the letter.
Oh,
so just
really?
the black is left. So just the burn mark is left because I want the inside of the letter to
be the wood
to take stain.
To stain.
To take stain that way.
Yeah. Okay.
And because it just helps at the painting process if I'm starting with like a black palette anyways because we're going to but actually we do letters in different colors too. It depends.
Wow, do you really? Different colors of letters. And so have you ever made a mistake?
Oh,
like put the wrong letter on or something?
Wrong letter. I have flags upstairs they're gonna have to invent countries for. At least 6 or 7 that if I'm on the phone and not paying attention.
Oh no!
I'm like, why do I have 15 stripes in this? I'm not embarrassed to admit I make mistakes.
Oh, that must be awful, though. I mean,
I would say every 50 flags there's one. Oops.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Spelling wise, I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
People give me wrong dates, so then they look at it and I'm like, well, here's the order form. Sometimes it can be redone. Sometimes you got to start from scratch.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Scratch meaning getting a whole new
piece of because this is down into the wood, probably an eighth to a quarter of an inch.
Oh, okay.
So if the frame is thick enough, I can run it through my saw and start over. But sometimes it's not. But I can still salvage something. I'll run it through the saw and it'll just be an unengraved flag, which people buy too. So
that must be. That's
it's frustrating.
That's not a good day.
It's always the ones too that it's like this huge name. It couldn't be like Bill Smith,
right?
So, but yeah, a lot of because it's a very, very popular retirement gift.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is just amazing. Thank you so much for doing that.
No, yeah.
I was wondering how that worked.
And then once that's done, we'll pop the stripes out.
Okay.
And I can actually do it real quick. It's not exactly how I do it, but
gives us an idea.
Yes.
So you pop them out. Okay.
But so a stripe, and I use a different torch.
Oh yeah.
But this will be you can see. We'll see what happens to the grain.
Okay.
See how the grain just pops right out on that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. And then it'll,
Oh, look at that.
And it just comes to life. And
oh my goodness. Oh, I love that.
And it's nice because you can see the old saw marks in it still if you look close. And then once I put the stain on it, it just pops.
Now, how did you think to do that? How did you think? Like,
I honestly have no idea.
Really?
No, I used to do it. And I did it a couple of different ways, and that was something I never researched or anything. But I mean, in construction, you hear decorators talk about a torched look and things like that. So I'm like, well, they must take a torch to it. So
yeah, okay.
So it definitely comes out better. I can take a torch to it after it's stained as well, but it doesn't come out quite as good. It comes out better this way. And some people don't like that. Also, some people like the stripes white.
Okay.
Some people
they want the white.
They want white stripes, and that's white's a difficult color to work with because of the pigmentation. So you
really
white takes longer out of any of the colors of the spectrum. White takes the longest to dry.
Really.
And is probably even a solid stain. And I use a very expensive stain from Canada. It always. You have to do it a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah. So all these stripes are stained twice. Every other color is just once, but the white has to go twice.
Really?
Especially if the stripes are made out of cedar or Doug fir, they absolutely have to be.
What is it, like the wood just suck it in or something?
And some of the wood has what's called tannins in it, and the tannins don't get along with the white, and they just bleed right through.
No matter what you do.
Yeah, that's why now, like houses, the clapboards, most of them are pre-primed. If you're doing wood, it's because they're made out of cedar, and they have to use a stain-killing primer, or it'll just bleed right through.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it does.
Wow.
I mean, if you look at the frames, the ones that are cedar, that was bright white when I put the stain on.
That was bright white
Yep.
right over there? Wow, look at that. Wow. Huh. That's amazing. Wow. Oh my goodness.
So
wow.
that's the ins and outs of how I make the but the one thing that I do so every flag is signed and numbered on the back.
Oh,
so there's the branding on it, and it says so this is reclaimed pine. It's shelving from the Ames Street Library renovation.
Wow.
And that's flag number 883.
Cool.
It was made just after Christmas.
That's
so yeah.
Has your stamp on
I
it.
like.
Is that your signature?
Yeah. So,
oh wow, yeah.
So I have a branding iron for the signature and
Isn't that great?
the company.
Oh wow.
I do. I
wow.
try and keep some of the historic Easton wood. I save that for the Easton residents if they're some people.
Oh, definitely.
Because it doesn't mean much to people from out of state.
No.
But
especially townies, you know.
Right, exactly. But on the same hand, somebody who is from Easton that
is not living here, but
and has reached out, that they are over the moon. They're like, "Oh my God, you have something from." So when I first started, I had a friend of mine was doing some renovation work to one of the Ames estate properties, and I got tons. God knows what I breathed in when we were doing it. When we were
that's right.
But it was absolute gorgeous stuff. I should have brought it outside. I made a coffee table and an end table for my wife.
Wow.
That's a flag, but it's but it made some absolutely beautiful flags out of it too.
Oh, I bet.
And but there's quite a bit still left from the Ames Street Library, which is nice.
Good.
And it's because of doing renovation work. I'm constantly getting the one we just made for Shoveltown Brewery, the new place, Station 1, is from old cedar posts from a person's basement, house on Reynolds Street.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yep.
Whoa.
Yeah. You just missed it by an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
they
just picked it up.
So
I know it was big.
Oh.
I mean,
Did you take a picture? Are you going to put it online?
Yeah, I just posted it today, actually.
Okay, good. So we can look online and see that.
I had to do like a video reel because it's so big.
So
You have to stand so far back you can't see.
And then you don't see
engraving.
the details. Yeah.
Right, which is sometimes good, but and they were real pleased with it. I can't wait to go see it there.
And that's going to be at the brewery?
The new one.
Where's the new brewery?
In Foxborough. They
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in conjunction with Doug King, they renovated the Foxborough fire station that's right in the center. And it's Station 1 by Shoveltown Brewery.
Oh, wow. Yep. To go see your flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go see
There's one in Easton too, but this is
there is one in Easton?
Yeah, it's a smaller one, but there's one in this one is big.
Oh yeah.
I felt bad because it was a gift from somebody, and I was like, I hope you got a room for this.
Nice. Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's neat because I've sold so many over the years that I go places and I see a flag. I'm like, oh, I didn't. That looks like one.
And it's actually yours.
Yeah,
really.
It's kind of.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I'm not getting any younger, so I don't think my memory is getting any sharper. But so that's actually a really neat thing when I see, because people buy them for gifts, or someone might win.
So you don't know exactly.
I don't know where they go.
Going.
No, and I've seen them on TV before.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you've seen them on TV.
Yeah, it's
really.
Yeah, it's.
And there's no mistaking that is your flag.
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely, and it's so it's neat. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I made that.
Or
someone will someone will send me a text. Hey, I'm watching Channel 4 right now, and they're interviewing some lady in her house. That looks like one of your flags. I'm like, oh my god, it is. That's kind of fun. It's it.
That is good. That is
So yeah,
really good.
I like doing it. It's
Yeah,
accident, but
it was a good accident.
yeah, definitely.
But you know what though? I think that whenever you're passionate about something like that, it just comes out in your work.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, look at the creativity and how you've done everything. It's just amazing. It's phenomenal. I love it. I really do. And how many years have you been doing this?
I started in 2017.
Oh, good for you.
So
wow. Well, thank you so
you're welcome.
much.
Thanks for
This is
stopping
so
by.
much
It was,
fun. And I'm
this was
really,
nice.
yeah, it really is. I do encourage you to please come, just check out the website, look for the phone number if you want, give Chris a call, and even if you want to come and look at this stuff, it's just amazing because to see it in person is way different than just seeing it online, right?
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
When they the wavy flags, those are $650 and a 4-week wait.
Wow. 4 weeks wait. Wow. Yeah. Well, it takes a long time.
And people order it, and they'll be like, "Yeah, you know what? It's a lot of money, but I want to do it." And then everybody that comes to get it, you look at it, you're not charging enough for those.
Seriously. No, it's true because that is. It really is. It's a form of art. It's art.
The wavy ones are unique. I get stressed out when I have 10 ahead of me because they're just awful to make. But was it the COVID year? I was almost selling for every 2 regular flags, 1 wavy flag. That's a lot.
Wow,
that's a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were busy.
It was horrifying.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was busy because those take up so much time,
right.
And they take up the entire shop. Like I can make once I have the beams cut into dimensional lumber, I could probably make 8 or 10 flags in a full day.
Oh, that's significant.
Not finished, just
but
just
to get
blanks,
the wood cut and
as opposed to one of those is a couple of days, and the shop is just
a mess.
That is it. Yo, horrifying. And as you can see, I'm kind of a neatnik, so
This place is so clean and neat. Yeah.
And now we can do like the Marine Corps. I have the cutouts for all the branches of the services, but I've done breast cancer flags. I've done with a pink stripe. I've done all different things, and I can. I have a machine that can the Air Force logo over there, so we can cut out several different things actually. And it's actually when someone gives me something, hey, can you do this? If I can't, I can have it done very reasonably. So it's I just send a picture and they can cut it with a laser, and then we just
that's a good idea.
emboss it onto the flag. So it's
that's a really good idea.
That's something that just started last year, which is great. So because it's basically like endless, whatever your idea is, as long as I have it on paper. Or I can pull it off the internet.
So I can an image of some sort?
Yeah, as long as I have an image, I can. I could probably make it, and if I can't, and if I can't, then I have avenues that definitely can do it, and it's usually reasonable.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, now you're opening up a whole nother can of worms because people will be like, oh, I thought of this, and it's just great.
Like I said, a lot of people they want their business logo on it, which is cool. So take the flag and then we'll put the business logo. Maybe just like a small, business badge or something at the bottom. But you walk in and you see, you see it everywhere. As a matter of fact, I have one construction company. They order 10, 12 flags a year. They're very patriotic. Haynes Group, and he's very patriotic, and so all of his big clients he buys a flag for, because a lot of corporate gifts at the end of the year, and they're mostly businesses, and it's nice to have somebody who works at that business like 6 months. Oh, you know what? I want to order a flag. My boss had one, and I really like, you know what I mean? And they looked on the back and they saw where it was made and stuff like that. So it's actually kind of rewarding when you hear of that. But and then the owners of these businesses will call and it's like, how the heck did you do, XYZ or something like that? So it because then it's like probably starting next week, because it'll be February, I'll probably make 10 or 12 half Irish half American flags because in
Oh,
March.
is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, in
Oh, I can
March
wait to see those.
So
Oh,
some of the
that's
country
interesting.
flags aren't happening, but
Yeah.
some of them are pretty doable.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it depends.
Oh boy, this is really.
Yep. Yeah, we've done half Ukraine, half American,
Have you?
half
Wow.
Italian, half American.
That's cool.
Wow. Half
Huh.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
I did a Madeira flag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So that actually came out really nice.
Did it? Yeah.
The colors.
Oh, the colors of the.
Yeah, the colors are
with
really
the
nice.
Yellow and the red. And
So
yeah.
I did a half Scottish one years ago. That was a disaster.
Oh,
But
really? Why? What
it's just
happened?
like the angles are just that was, but we pulled it off.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Oh.
So yeah, some of the some of the countries like I really have to look at. It's like, okay, it's doable. It's not. Some of them are not going to look good too. You know,
That's true too,
That's
right.
just the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Some of them just
yeah.
are not going to look good
Yeah.
on red, white, and blue. Or,
And then you
or
got
whatever.
this other.
Right.
Yeah. Oh wow. Huh. Armenian flag.
Oh yeah,
Try to-
everyone keeps asking me. About that. I may one day. There's a friend of mine that I may make one for.
Yeah.
You know, instead of God Bless America, it'll be God Bless Armenia. See if they even notice.
I love it. Oh man, this is great. Wow. Fantastic.
So that's all I got.
Okay, well, it was really quite a bit, and I love it. I love it, and I can't wait to go online and check out everything. And I hope you do too. And the website is again
www.shoveltownflag.com.
very easy to remember, and all one word. So until next time, I'll see you on Discover Easton.